Back at it today with another review of the Amaran 660C. Let's have a look. So as you know, I've been upgrading my light system to get some more video lights. I bought some newer ones a while ago, and now we've got the new Amaran 660C. Now make sure you stick around till the end, because just got a bit of interesting test just against the sunlight to show you sort of the power range of this completely. But let's get into it. I'll just get this up from the floor because it is one hefty unit. It is about, I think, 7 kilograms. Comes with a nice little cap there. I'll put it down, otherwise I'll be doing another workout. So yeah, it is an absolute massive light. Now, don't underestimate the actual weight of it and what it does output, because I'm using a Manfrotto stand. It's a heavy duty one, but it actually barely supports the weight. Especially if you're going to put on like a large softbox or anything like that, then there is a chance it could topple over. Now, I will put some photos up as we go along, just to showcase what I've actually done with this light so far on some jobs and just some sort of like test stuff just for this video really. Now, I won't bore you with going into about all the options that it's got on the menu system at the back. It's all very boring. It's all the generic stuff. It's a fully RGB light. It does all the colors, does sort of, you can like offset the white balance against, you know, if you're shooting in mixed lighting environments. But is it any good? It's 600 watt. The main things I think you need to know about it, and what I look for when I was buying it, because there are a couple of other sort of lights on the market which do the same, and they might do just as good, slightly better output, things like that. But in actual fact, this is ideal, and it's at a good price point. I got it for 640. You're looking at about 680 to 720 depending where you get it from and in what sort of area you're in. I managed to get it for 640, but to make you aware, in the UK, the actual profit margin on this light for most places which stock it is anything above about 600. So I got it for a good price. But obviously, like the logistics, posting it out and everything else, you know, you might have to pay for that in some cases. So trying to get it for a really good price is quite difficult, or get it for a cheaper price, because the margins for retailers, it just isn't that high on something like this. So as you all know, it is the sort of cheaper brand of aperture, but the build quality is absolutely second to none. It's really, really good. Although I wouldn't want to drop it on the floor, especially with the LED light being at the front. But the output is superb. I'll put some images up now. I've done sort of a fashion shoot where I just used, this is a single point light with, what do you call it? I forgot the name of it now. A parabolic, a 90 centimeter parabolic. Just did that. As you can see, the images turned out really well. I also did one with just the reflector which it comes with, and I'll put that up too. And that came out really nice, and it is very reminiscent of shooting with sort of like stiff flash, just out of model, sort of like out and about. So it works really well. The light drop off's good. The actual output's good enough. This was like in my lounge, sort of come dining room kitchen, which I've just had renovated. So it worked really, really well with them. Obviously the only issue is that you've got that much power being sort of shoved in like said person's face. It's a bit like they're looking in the sun, but it works really well. I also did a shot with a perfume bottle, well, an aftershave bottle, and I just used that, and I had a 30 centimeter by 120 centimeter softbox on that. Single light setup, had a couple of reflectors in there, had my laptop as a background because we wanted like a sort of a galaxy look. And as you can see, that came out really well. And I think I shot that at like, I don't know, f16 or something. It was on full power, but f16, about 100th of a second. You don't get any flicker problems with this light either. So you won't have any issue with like video or just shooting in general at high frame rates. And then the last one, which I wanted you to hang about for, because I think that if you're going to buy this light, more than likely you're just going to use it for video. And I will be using it for video in some products, but I mainly use it as, you know, like obviously if I'm shooting interiors, that sort of thing, so I can just sort of recreate some ambient light and things, but it's mainly for shoots. Now, one thing that most people say is it any good in sunlight? Obviously, if you're in shade, you can use this and it has like an absolute chunk of power to chuck out. And that is across the board, even in the RGB function. But I will put the videos up now. I did a bit of a test shoot just with my son. One is in direct sunlight with obviously his face in the shade, just to show you sort of like what we're working with. And then the one after, which will come up now, is with it, the same settings, exact same settings, but with the light on 100% intensity. And so you can sort of basically fill in the shadows and it gives you a bit extra in actual fact. So today was actually, I think about 30 degrees. We're in the UK, so it's quite hot. The sun was out, completely unfiltered, no cloud. And that's the sort of output you're getting. So you could use it as a good feel like. Obviously, it's not powerful enough to overpower the sun in the context that if they were facing the sun, that you could overpower that. And you wouldn't do that anyway, really, not in these circumstances. But as a video light, it is ideal. It really does kick out enough for sort of, I would say, the semi-pro to professional user. Most sets you're going to be using are going to be enclosed spaces with no natural light coming in, so you can light it as you see fit, and it gives you enough range. I'm going to buy another 2 of these. I think they're going to be a really valuable bit of kit moving forward for me with lots of things that I'm doing. I've already bought a Fresnel diffuser, or Fresnel bit, what do you want to call it anyway. I've got the 30 by 120 and I've got a 90 parabolic, and I've used them all, and it just makes things quite simple, very easy to set up as well. It's obviously a Bowens mount, which is sort of the go-to these days. And the only other thing I want to discuss is the menu system on the back is like an LCD, and it's really, really tactile. It's just got like the one menu button, and then it's just got like a little twizzle on the back where you can just press it in to sort of select what you want, hue, color, saturation, all that jazz, and you just turn it, and it's really tactile, so it feels nice. It feels like it's got that premium feel. So with Amaran, although I would say they are like sort of in the middle pecking order of light systems, I'm really, really chuffed, really, really happy with it. I think for the cost, what you get with the casing as well, the case is superb, you know, completely polystyrene, like hard molded, and it comes with, you know, like the reflector accessory and the power lead with plenty of length on it. I think it's about 3 meters or 3.5 meters. It is just really pleasing to use, and so I would highly recommend it. And just as a finish point, I have bought it. I haven't been given it or anything like that. I'm not famous enough yet to get free stuff, but it was worth the money. So that's my review. I don't think you need any technicalities, because if you're going to buy this, you sort of already know like what you're going to get from the wattage and stuff. So yes, go and buy it if it's something you need. You need something a bit more powerful. The next sort of level up of power, you know, you're then talking 2,000, 2,500, and the sky's the limit to get anything more powerful, really. And yes, there are other brands which you can buy. This is the one that I went for. And so just do what suits you. And that's it. I will see you next time.